What's up, guys? Welcome back to another review on the Drone Camps channel. I'm Justin Davis. Today we're going to check out the HomFpv Wingsuit S. This is a portable, fit in the palm of your hand size little quad. It can do a lot actually for its size. It's going to run on 4S650 or an 850 milliamp battery. It comes with a few different mounts for your action camera. I have an Insta360 Go mount that it comes with here. It is adjustable as well. And it also comes with a GoPro naked style mount. So they're a little bit tricky to get on and off. There's only one bolt through the side of the Nebula V2 there. It's called the Pro. And it appears to be a TPU mount from the main part of the body that extends out and sort of hangs out in open space there. So actually it works out pretty good. There's not a lot of jello, which is great. You have enough room on here to kind of sort of fit the 850, and we'll talk about that spacing back there and the way they have this frame set up. The CADX Vista with the Nebula Pro up front is sort of mounted a little higher than I would expect, but I'm still able to get an 850 on this quad, so that's good news. We are also running some ducted style 63 millimeter gem fan props on here, and these are the sort of flower looking ones. They have 5 blades on there, and we'll talk a little bit more about those as well when we get back from the flight test. Let's go ahead and send this one, and let's check out some epic video as always on the channel, and then we'll come back in. Here we go. All right, guys, welcome back from the flight test. This thing is the bomb. Look at that, 242.8 grams with the Insta360 Go on there. So I think if you were to put your naked GoPro on there with this mount, it will probably still be under 250 grams for you, because The naked GoPro is also, this SMO 4K camera is also weighing in close to what this weighs. So hopefully Insta360 will do a decased version of this coming up. If Insta360 is listening to this video, we would like to see that for the Insta360 Go, maybe making that half of the weight that it is now. That would be epic. But you're under 250 grams there. If you put the 850 on there, the 4S 850 is going to get you over that 250 gram mark with the Insta360 Go. So taking that off and recording just the Vista Pro there would put you under 250 grams, but it depends on how you want to fly it. I have to say that I really like the flight characteristic of this one. It flew really, really nice, and I was surprised when I punched the throttle up to make my punch out. I went up nice and smooth, and it had a really peppy feel on the motors. These motors on here are no joke. They actually are doing pretty good. So also another peep at that, since I took the battery off, 161.9 grams with the Insta360 on there. Let me see if I can get that off real quick for you guys. Just punch it out of there, and fits in there pretty good, pretty tight. It's not going to come out in the crash most likely. Just going to make sure it's not recording. And let's go ahead and put that back on the scale. It's got this really cool little TPU foot on the very bottom, and without anything on it, including the camera mount, 143.4 grams. That's really light for the size of this quad. Now, it also has bumpers around the outside edges, so it is sort of a classic style Cinewhoop with, we have HOM's antenna back here. This is left-hand circular polarized DJI antenna. And I also told you guys already, we're running the Gem Fan 63 millimeter props on here. They are the Cinewhoop style props with 5 blades. We've got 3 arms coming off, well, 3 arms with 2 supports on each arm all the way around on these ducts. And nice foam all the way around. It's a one-piece foam on each side. You've got a TPU foot at the very bottom of it for your bouncy landings. We've got inverted motors. We have an F405. It's actually HOM branded HD all-in-one flight controller here. Let's see if I can get to it so you guys can see it. It's just in front of, and you can see the blue dampening there. It's dampened front and back, side to side. And it also has some type of setup where you could add, it looks like you could add an HD, or you could add SD card to it for black box, which is cool. They show SD card there. And they also show GPS module hookup. So if you guys want to add something like the M8, that's what I would recommend on this one. If you want to figure out how to maybe put it up on a stand back here, or put it off the back with a piece of TPU. Hopefully someone on Thingiverse will come out with something soon. I do like the fact that the camera mount is adjustable, both the Insta360 version and this one for the naked GoPro or the SMO 4K. This is cool. So 1 hole on each side, and 2 if you decide to, but it came with 1 screw on the camera, so that's enough to hold it still. And you've got 2 positions there. I kind of like my camera just to ride up a little higher than having it too low there. I don't want it all the way down, sort of touching the prop guards. Now, the frame is different on this one than the original Wingsuit. You notice that this one's kind of like a shaved down version of the original Wingsuit. So I like seeing this one. The other frame was super beastie, but it really doesn't have to be. And it's around a 2.5 millimeter carbon plate. The carbon looks nice. They have Wingsuit S on this side, HomFpv logo there. Cadex is raised up in the back, and that's not like my favorite design in the world because the battery has to sit up at an angle when you put it on the quad. But again, I was just barely able to use that strap for an 850. So you can do it, you just have to put it on there kind of nice and tight. Now in the very back, underneath this little TPU mount, there's a bolt that goes through right here, and this bolt is almost in the way of the USB-C port for activating your Vista. So I don't know if you can see it there, but it's pretty close. So that's one thing for me. I had to actually take this off, this whole bolt that holds this rear antenna off on there, and be able to get to activating my Vista. So that was one thing that was a little bit annoying. But let's get to the power system, guys, because we have 25 amp ESCs on this F4 flight controller. that's, you know, AIO, so it's all on board. And check out these motors. Have you ever seen a bell like that? Let me flip this over. This is so cool. These are 1404 motors, and check out the way they cut these motor bells. It's like this crazy wavy pattern. Chocolate. So these are 1404 HomFpv chocolate motors. And these are running in at 4,500 kV. So not a real high kV, which gives us a good flight time. But those are some beautiful motors. I mean, these are as pretty or prettier than some of the Flywoo NIN series motors. I mean, these are really cool looking. So I gotta say big props to HomFpv for the chocolate series motors. I love these. I'd like to see these in like rainbow and some multiple colors coming out for you guys. Maybe some gold edition ones. These are kind of rose gold. But everything on this quad looks just super cool. It's a good weight. It's under 250. The tune on here is fantastic. It doesn't have a lot of jello and vibration. You know, I think one of the best setups would be, if you're going to do this, if you're going to get this quad, run the 850 on there and run it with the SMO 4K camera. I think you're going to get fantastic video with a little bit of hyper smooth, maybe some, you know, EIS stabilization on there. This one also has stabilization, but yeah, some people love this camera, some people don't like it. If you want to shoot with 4K, go for the SMO 4K. Otherwise, if you're not worried about it, you still want to get killer video, grab one of the Insta360 Go's. They're pretty good. So thanks for watching my review. I think this quad is one of the better flying Cinewhoops at this size. So I think the Wingsuit S has a lot going for it. You get a lot of cool stuff in this box, and there is even a user manual for it. I know recently some guys on the channel were complaining that some of these quads don't come with the user manual. Well, HOM is giving you guys one. There's the QR code. If you want to pause this and scan it with your other phone or other device, you can check out the manual online, or you can go to their website. And let me see if I can find their website. I believe it's just Transtech. But you can Google Transtech FPV and it should take you to their website, or type in HomFpv.com. I believe they are the same company. So pretty cool. Great release from HomFpv again. I think this one's a home run, and I would absolutely add this one to my collection. So, and it just really looks cool. But most of all, it's fun to fly, and it gets killer video, and it's pretty compact. But thanks for hanging out with me, guys. We're in the van today, doing a little bit of traveling and filming for you guys. I appreciate you hanging out. Please do subscribe on the channel, guys, for more reviews and epic stuff coming up. I got some cool stuff coming up for you guys. Take care, be safe out there, and I'll see you on the next one.